Hey y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in. I just, you know what, we just going. That's how we starting off the show. Cause Lord, you see this hair. This hair is how I feel on the inside. Cause I know usually we all glammed up and whatever. And don't worry, I'm gonna take my hair down. But I just needed y'all to see. Like sometimes, and I don't know about daddies, but mamas can understand and feel what my hair is feeling right now. You understand? And we even brought out the mug because it was just that kind of a night with these kids going back to school. It ain't coffee in there though. Don't get it twisted. I might just had a mug, but it's not. But Lord, has it been a week? You know, Jesus Christ. It ain't too bad. Mm-hmm. I love my hair because I can do that and then look semi decent, right? I was just looking down because that's. But anyways, hopefully y'all are having a good week or y'all getting through it. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Sippin N Trippin podcast. Hopefully y'all can hit that share button, share the madness with your people, let them know what they missing. You feel me? But it's been a week. My kids have been in school for a few days now. I know Chicago people, they kids just went in this like past Monday and stuff. So I don't know, the rigmarole of getting these kids ready, not only with bedtime readjustments, just getting your routine and your everything in between together away from school shopping, these damn school lists that they be having now, which I don't know if even the kids even use half of the stuff that they use in like I know we just got to get the kids prepared, and I understand that. But Lord, and my kids are like my oldest one has been in school already for a full week, and I'm still dealing. But I've been dealing with a whole lot of stuff and madness with them children already. So I've learned keynotes to prepare myself, and you would think that I would have learned this already previously, but hopefully we can share, and you guys can hit them comments with stuff that y'all been going through and things that you might change for like next school year that might make this whole process a little easier. But man, look, I need drinks every day until we in the swing of things, because right now, like, it's not only just my kids, but it's me too. Like, oh crap, now I gotta get up at 7 o'clock in the morning every day. Like, and for people that are not morning people, this is rough. It is rough. Um, hey Calvin, how you doing? Hopefully you're feeling great. Um, but yeah, I just so my week. So I won't go through full details, but my oldest son kind of like hurt his knee. If y'all follow me on my social medias, I put a post up that we were at the doctor's office. He tweaked his knee in practice almost about a week and a half ago. So we've been running to his primary doctor. Then he had to get a physical. So I like my son been in school, but I've been pulling him out of school at least 3 times last week to go to doctors. Then we had to go see an ortho, and now we going back and forth between like now they're scheduling him for an MRI just to make sure ain't nothing torn in his knee and shit like that. But it's just like I just had a conversation with the school trainer, and like the coaches think like, oh, he want to play, and then I'm just like, no, like if that doctor didn't clear him, he's not playing. I don't care. Like, you got to be an advocate for your child, whether it's sports, whether it's academics, whether it's all it is. Know your children, talk to your children, have conversations with your children. Because I fully have conversations openly with my boys, just because like I know the old school was like, well, this is just what we got to do, just because I said so, and all of that. And I know feeling as a child, I'd be like, I still got questions. So I try to keep an open platform with my children or anybody's child. Um, Sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes that's a bad thing. But for the most part, I told my son, like, I know you want, like, his first game is on Friday. And I want him to play. I know he wants to play. I know his coaches want to play. But at the end of the day, if this ortho doctor said, yo, we're going to get an MRI before I release him, then no, like, I'm not going to allow you to play until we get the go ahead from him, because there could be something that's torn in there. So I tell him this option. I'd rather have you miss one game and go into the next game cleared with a clear mind, knowing that nothing in your knee is torn or whatever, versus me saying, okay, maybe you're not in any pain, let's go ahead and let you play, and then 2 games later you done tore something and now you out for 6 months or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't care whatever pressures we getting from coaches. Not that they're giving me big pressure, but they're asking my opinion, and this is my opinion, and this is what we standing on. So as much as you may not like it, and you might not like me at the moment, that's my child, and my job is to protect him all around at all costs, right? So hopefully we, and that's the other thing. So I'm not a morning person, and I'm trying to do right by this boy here. And he better remember all of this shit when I get old, and he got to take care of me, and all of the shit that he might have to do when I'm old. So I got to take him up to Northbrook. So if y'all don't know where the hell Northbrook is, look it up. It's from where I'm at, it's a good 30-minute drive. And I got to have him there at the facility to get this MRI done at like 6:30 in the morning. So, which means I'm going to have to leave my house because I don't know what traffic is like that early in the morning at like 5:45, which means I'm going to have to get up at least 5 in the morning to get everything to Lord, child. Do you understand that, like, well, hold on, this Lord. But again, whatever is necessary and whatever needs to get done. And thank everybody who has reached out to check on him to make sure that he was okay. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, so back to school. The kids are back in session. All the kids are back in session. So I can't wait. So like I saw my hairstylist during the day. Hello, as you can see, Cutting Edge 54 Salon. So I can't, honestly, like, I don't even wait for the weekends. Like, I'm not even like looking into all of that. I'm waiting for Monday. Because you know what Monday is? Monday is the salon is closed. Both of my kids will be in school. And mama is going to be alone after 8:45 in the morning till 3:30 when I got to pick them. I'm going to have nothing to do. I mean, I got stuff to do. But look, I ain't gonna have shit to do. If I want to rock around my house, asshole naked. Sorry, didn't want to give y'all the visual. But if I want to walk around, you know what I'm saying? I can. Because if you got children living in your house, you know you can't do that shit, right? Because the kids is there. So I can't wait. I honestly, like, you see the smile that just came on my face, having them thoughts and shit, like, woo, I can't wait. If I want to sit there and not, well, I can't get too drunk because I got to pick up my kid. But shit, I might have some midday drinks. I don't even know. I know the bar kind of want me to work that evening, but I don't know if I'm gonna be in any like shape or form to actually even work. That's still up for a thought process. But you know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys weeks have been going through, but I mean there's just little things and then I'm coaching, right? So now I have to deal with these little babies. These, well, as I said in the last show, these little motherfuckers. Um, and that's been interesting. Luckily, the kids have like, so that goes to show you, like, so I'm not deemed like the mean parent, but I will. I don't care if you 5 years old. I don't care if you 6 years old, 7 years old, 18 years old. I don't give a fuck. Like, even at the age of 5, I feel like you are still able to be responsible for your actions. And if you're not, I am that coach that'll make you run, that'll make you do push-ups, that if you can't listen or keep your hands to yourself, you're going to do something to make you listen to me. I don't look, I done had a kid. Go, you know what? Since you don't want to listen to me, that means that you don't want to play no football. So that means you need to go sit by your mama for about 5 minutes, and then I'll call you back when I'm ready to deal with you. He didn't like that. So guess what? After I called him back on the field, he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna listen to you. Thank you." Cause I'm not like I don't get paid to coach y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and get more gray hair. And I don't put myself in that whole situation myself. So sometimes when I'm on that field, I be sitting there questioning my life decisions every once in a while. But it's okay. But you know what? I have to deal with these children for 2 days a week for 1.5 hours and then game day, right? Which is on the weekend. Which we have our first game is on Saturday. So it's my debut, my coaching debut. But and I have to give it up to teachers, like literally with all of my heart. Lord Jesus, I pray for y'all because I couldn't do it. I could not do, and that's just coaching something that they might enjoy, a sport, let alone trying to teach them math and reading and English and colors. And half of these kids don't even know their left hand from their right hand. So let alone trying to like, look, I don't want to deal with my own child. I've been telling teachers all the time, like my clients that are teachers, I'm like, if I was a teacher, I would have been in jail. Like I couldn't. And then you got these special ed teachers. They hearts are like made out of solid gold or something, and their patience is like the freaking ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Because Lord, I be having to give myself a timeout. Like, this is not your child. You can't put your hands on him. We don't want to go to jail. You don't want to fight a parent, right? So I have to give myself a timeout. I will and walk away for like 2 seconds and then come back and regroup and do my a few deep breaths and stuff. That helps. A few deep breaths will help. And I'm like, okay, we're here for the kids. We are here for the goddamn kids. But so yeah, but I look, so I have a very busy schedule between working here, coaching, having to do mom shit. That's why, like, look, I didn't even have no chance to put no makeup on the day. I had clients. Then I had to run home and make dinner because my OG's in Mexico right now. So like, look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciated my mama and her retirement before. But now that the kids are in, it's just, there was a lot happening at one time. And now that she gone for the moment, and like, now I gotta wash dishes and shit. And I gotta cook dinners or like make sure that they fed. Cause usually I'll be like, let's see if grandma cooked. And grandma didn't cook, then like we'll figure it out. But usually she has something ready cooked, you feel me? But now that she ain't at the house, I'm like, oh, now I gotta think about cooking. Like I gotta be a mom for real now, like not just a part-time mom. Lord help me. If I stay drunk every day, maybe it'll be easier. But that's not the advice I'm giving y'all. That is not the advice I'm giving y'all. But yeah, this show came up and I was just like, back to school special, we gotta do it. I know there has to be some woes. I know last year, thank God, I don't have those stories of the kids. So that kiss and ride part. I know I had put a video last year about people that would sit there, kiss and ride, right? You drive up, you drop off your kid, you keep going. But no, these people want to park their car, jump out, make sure the backpack on the kid, and like I'm telling you, my kid be ready at the door as soon as take your seatbelt off. As soon as we hit that little driveway, and then when I stop, that door gets unlocked. You push it open. Sometimes them teachers are there to get the kid out. Boom, you gotta go. They slam the door. I'm out. I might take a back look, maybe. But that boy be seeing my true, I'm gone. Bye. You're not my responsibility anymore. You are on school property. That is your responsibility for the moment. I'll be out of there. But no. So the kids are back in school. I know teachers have been going through their rigmarole with getting these kids, and now they like attention deficit because then they done got used to the summertime, sleeping till like 3, 4 in the morning, not getting up in the morning, and half of them probably didn't even have breakfast because they didn't even want to get up. For those parents who are able to get their children in bed by 8, 9 o'clock, and awake by like 7, 6, whatever y'all do. And when if your child is able to have a full breakfast before they go to school, half of me want to say, "Fuck is wrong with you?" But then the other half of me is just like, "Kudos to you. Tell me your secret. Share with me how you do that." First off, I could never get my children in bed before 10. I just it. First off, we don't get home from practice until like 8 something. And by the time they eat their food and I get them in the shower, and then they got to calm down from the whole little day and stuff. I be hoping like they be tired and like, let's go to sleep. Because even my tail be like, usually I don't go to bed till like midnight, 1 in the morning. Not these last few days. These last few days, I'm right there with them. 10:30, 11 o'clock, whatever. I'm out. And then I still be tired. I'm tired now. But that's just me. Um, hey, how you doing? I'm perfectly normal. Steffi, I used to like you. You are probably one of those parents that have all of this. And the one thing, and then like school lunch is like, my kid gets free lunch. But guess what? He don't want to eat lunch. He wants to make his lunch. And then one more rant, and I'm gonna shut the hell up. And then I'm gonna bring out my guest because I'm pretty sure she got stuff she gotta say. The other day, what's the day? Okay, see, I don't lost all my days and stuff. So today's Wednesday, right? So yesterday, my son had picture day. Early as hell. I'm like, damn, didn't they just get into school? They already had picture day. So I go into his closet and I said, ooh, look, you can wear this shirt, which was a nice little, collar shirt, right? With these jeans and your little brown shoes, you can look all cute. And I know they don't take your whole body, and it's only from the waist up. But I didn't care. I'm like, there's a whole little outfit, right? So I show him, this is what you're going to wear. And he says, okay. I don't iron. I steam everything, okay? So I got put it on the steamer, steaming the shirt, steaming the collar. I even steamed the back of the shirt, okay? That took me, I don't know, 5, 10 minutes. Do you understand that this little said, I don't want to wear that shirt, Mom. I got this other shirt in mind. So he goes and gets this t-shirt. So granted, thank God it wasn't like Under Armour shirt or none of that with the little sports sayings on there. He wore a nice little black shirt with some little dots. It was cute. But I was like, I done sat there. No, wear this shirt. And he's like, and if you know my Nas, he is very strong-minded like his mama. So like that was a moment, that was a parent moment where I was just like, choose your battles. Just, we have to choose our battles. Do you really want to argue with this child at 8 o'clock in the morning about what shirt he's going to have on for this goddamn first grade picture? My answer was no, I'm not going to argue with you. I said, are you sure you want to wear? I done sat here and I just try to do it with my defense of like, I done sat here and steamed this shirt and you're not going to wear it. Try to do a little guilt. And he was just like, yeah, I don't want to wear it. My child gives no fucks. He does not. But so I just, you know what? Guess what? That shirt will be there steamed and ready to go for another event in the future. I'm not going to argue with you, child. That's the shirt you want to wear? Go ahead. Pick your battles. That should be the name of this goddamn show. Pick your battles, because that morning I wasn't going to argue with him. I know he's 6 and I could have like put my foot down, but guess what? Then he would have been crabby getting him to school. Then he probably would have been crabby at school, because we do have to pay attention to how we talk to our children in the morning, and even to yourself. Like the way you speak to yourself when you wake up in the morning and the way you speak to your children in the morning, that can be an effect of how the rest of their day goes. So I try my hardest. I try. It don't happen all the time, but I try my hardest to like not yell at my kids in the morning. I hold it till the afternoon, but not in the morning, so that they can at least start off their day calmly and with fluidity. And there you go. You great. Have a great day. I love you. And I'll see you after school. Now, then after school, I'd be like, how come you didn't pick up your clothes in the morning? Why didn't you pick up your blanket? Why is this over there? Then that's when I get to doing all my yelling and stuff. And then before bed, we try to make another calm space. So that's part of my crazy. So I try to like do that in the morning to be like, you're going to school with positive vibes. I need you to learn and be smart and just do what you need to do in school so I don't get a call from the teacher. So I ain't got to deal with your ass. And then everybody's perfect and having a great day. So that was part of, you know what? I'm so busy and in my own shit. I didn't even make notes for today's show. Usually I have notes. I didn't even make notes today. We winging it. We are winging it. But I hopefully y'all can share me some of your woos or trials and tribulations. Hey Ricky, thank you for tuning in. Of how it's been going. Like our alcohol sales up since school started because moms can now like drink during the day and not feel guilty. Or maybe it'll be at the end of the. I wonder if alcohol sales are going to be up at the end of this week. See how everything goes. But hopefully everybody is school year is going great so far. I know it's only been a few days. So actually my special guest today is Miss Angela Roberts, who is a teacher down in southern, or not that I wouldn't say southern. It's southern to us because we're central Illinois. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring on Miss Angela Roberts.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, how are you?
I'm tired. And I actually I looked
Did you see
homeless
my hair
before
too?
this. I dressed up just for you. I looked homeless before this.
You know
So,
what? I should have. I look. At least you got the nice little, cute little thing going on.
well, your hair coming down looked nice. It was like glorious. It was like,
Now, did you see how I started the show?
yes,
That's how I'm feeling on the inside.
yes. Well, on the inside, I'm ready for my bed bonnet. It's like purple and
Look, look. This will help me sleep tonight.
Oh, goodness sakes.
So, did you start this week, or when did you start teaching? Or
I started teaching back in about, I want to say 2014 or 15, around that time, off and on. And then I got into acting for a bit, and then I came back to teaching. So here I am, to show how old I feel. The first set of students I had are not graduating, for going into high school next year.
ooh,
So I'm like, and they're at that age now that they don't want to wait, or they might not wave at you or give you a hug anymore. They'll just kind of give you like a little look like, yeah, I know.
I acknowledged you. That's how Mexicans acknowledge their family anyway. Like, how you doing?
Oh my goodness.
So how is your so you are a teacher down in central Illinois?
Yes.
I don't say the schools like and that's one tip I will say to the parents, because I've seen it all over, like you get all the Facebook news feeds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, first day school, which they're all great, right?
Yeah.
But parents, do not share where your child is going to school. Like, don't post the pictures, and like take a picture of your child, but make sure the school's not in the background.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the school, should I say, or like tag the school. Like, I mean, that's one thing that I learned. It just because like I sometimes overthink stuff, and I just be like, man, like you don't know.
No, that's your baby, and you don't know who's looking. Even if you have a private profile, it's kind of iffy. Now, where I'm from, we only have like one high school, one junior high, so we're really small. So people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, all over. I'm like, don't put your child's school information. Like, last thing you want is to have some person who you thought was your friend trying to go pick up your kid. You feel me? Like, and I know the schools are very strict on like who they let into school, but you never know. You might get a fast talker, and then next thing you know, your baby gone. Like,
yep, that's scary.
One tip. That's tip number one, or whatever else tips. Like, do not tag the name of the school that your child is going to. I mean, especially when they're younger babies. Like the older kids, like you can tell them like don't go with strangers and all of that. But these little
Mhm.
babies, they don't know no better. Like, oh, you're mommy's friend. Okay.
It's like, yeah, you can't. It's like, no, if you don't see me, if you don't have the office saying, hey, grandpa's picking you up instead of mom,
Right.
don't go with anybody. Just no.
So what like subjects or grade level do you teach currently?
All right. Well, I'm actually like a co-pilot for the teacher. I'm a paraprofessional aide. I
Okay.
help with an adaptive class. We have a lot of students with autism and such, and they range from grades 3 to 5. From 3 to 5, that's who I work with.
Ooh, so I actually have a client that's similar to what you're doing. I mean, and it's like that's still tough. Like
Yes.
if somebody's child want to have an attitude with you that day, or they're not having a good day, and then it's like
Hmm.
I tell her all the time, like, how are you not in jail? I don't. I'm like, you sure that's water in your cup? Because I don't know if I can deal with a whole school
So
day.
I've got water right here, but it just we try to remember their situation. Basically, like they're not just like a non-adaptive student just acting out just to have an attitude. There are, they're on there too. You got to straighten them out and bring them back. But this particular group, we just kind of handle things a different way, go through a different approach. The main teacher stays in touch with the parents or guardians and works out a plan. The parents will tell the teacher ahead of time, okay, well, this is what's going to trigger them, or this is how you can get them to calm down, type of thing. So it's nice to have parents who are willing to work with the educators to make sure, we don't lose our minds and that we don't drive their kids crazy in the process, because that can add extra work for us.
Because that was going to be my next question. Like, have you found that the parents are like cooperative or working with the teachers? Because I know there was a moment like that my teacher friend told me, like, she has a few parents that even though they have the children has issues, that their parents walk around like, oh well, his medication should handle that, or they're not very cooperative, and then
Yes.
that can be frustrating.
Actually, our class is very blessed. It seems like all the parents are on board, so that's amazing. But I have heard other scenarios where the parents like, no, my kid doesn't need this, or no, I don't need to do this for them, or they're not signing off on us like screening their child, because we're not just going to do it. We actually like contact the parent or guardian, and the teacher's like, hey, why don't we try this? There's a team that kind of like gets together and goes through the protocols and the legal stuff of it
Yeah,
all to make sure
we got
everyone's covered.
protocols and legal stuff.
Hmm.
That's how I would have went to jail. I'd have been like, "What you say?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, that was my protocol." No, I
It's like,
quit.
no, like you said, we just gotta be like, okay.
That's how I had to start to show off like that, because that's how I was feeling, and it was just like, "Ooh."
Yes, just whew.
And
And
I
then
don't even
like,
have like troublesome children, thank God. 'Cause I
well,
gotta
there's some
consider-
times where those children will like, they might throw a fit, and then like right after they throw that fit and we're about to correct them, then they'll say something off the wall, and I have to stop myself from smiling or laughing because I'm like, okay, that was actually good, but I'm not gonna tell them. I'm like, you're right, little Susie's kind of, disturbing the class. I know, and, they use other terminology, but
Oh man, I'm telling you, y'all have the patience of like the oceans, because I'm coaching these little children, and I just be like,
what sport do you coach?
So I'm actually coaching football.
Oh,
So I had an incident, and I don't know if I shared this in the last show, but I did have an incident where I had this little kid. He's 5, and he kept whacking all the kids, and I'm always like, keep your hands to yourself.
uh-huh.
So he got to whacking the kid, and sometimes I don't think before I do, and I
Mm-hmm.
whacked him. I whack, and I said, "Ooh!" Afterwards, I said, oh, "I just hit this child." Like, oh shit! And
Like,
then I go, and then so he, and then I know I hit him because he felt it, because he looked at me like, and I
wow, she's not
said,
playing.
right, and then I told him, I said, "Did you like that? Did you like how that felt?" And he's like, "No." And I said, then how do you think the rest of these children feel with you whacking the heck out of them? So how about we all, coach included, keep our hands to ourselves? And so he was just like, so I was just like, oh man, I'm like the next day, I'm like, I was looking at his parent like, okay, I hopefully they don't yell at me.
You're like, hey, so that was a knee-jerk reaction. I'm sorry.
I was just
It's like
like,
you saw what your kid was doing. I'm not saying what I did back was right, but you saw what your little child was
and we
doing.
all have to keep our hands to ourselves.
Exactly. Exactly. As much as we want them to
Because I remember my third grade
recognize.
teacher used to whack the shit out of us with rulers. And it was a public school. Like that's I'm old, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I've heard of people getting the paddles and stuff, and
Look,
I'm just like, oh.
I mean, this was like, I mean, this was back in the 80s, okay, late 80s.
So when you go through the aisle at the school supply aisle, do you
And
start?
look, I see that ruler, I'd be like, that thick old wooden ruler, I'd be looking at that like,
Your kid will pick up a ruler. You're like, oh my God.
put your hand out. And we had to be,
Oh my goodness.
and it wasn't like a tap. You felt the sting.
Oh my goodness.
And that was nowadays, I'm like, I could have sued her.
Yeah, yeah, that's a no now.
But I will say though, like, I mean, there's always that contradiction though, because it's like, you don't want, because you don't want that. Because I be seeing all those little videos, especially on social media. So TikTok and the reels and all of that.
Yes, you see teachers dragging these kids down the hallway, and it's like, you can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't. Right? You cannot. You're not supposed to.
No.
But there are instances where I see this teacher and he's walking. Like there was one that I know he was walking. He had an altercation with a child. I don't know if it was a girl or a boy or whatever. And then he walked away, and that little person came and was like da 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 and like pushed them. And he had a reaction. He turned around and was like wah 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 because he felt like he was getting attacked. Now I'm on the side of the teacher because I'm like, first off, you're not gonna put your hands on me.
No.
Like I don't know. I didn't follow up to see what happened to that teacher, but it was kind of like if your child is gonna put your hands on an adult, is that adult not supposed to react?
Well, it depends on.
I know protocols are not.
I personally don't do all that. Like, in the past, there's a time where I noticed a student was about to pick up a chair, so I knew I was having enough to sit in it, so they didn't throw that. Usually, when things get out of hand, the principal's called. They handle it. Parents are called, so they can come and handle it that way. Hey, I didn't touch your kid, but this is what's going on. Please come to the school. So
yeah, you have to have a lot of self-control. I used to think I would get fired for snatching a kid's life, but now I believe I would get fired for punching another teacher in the throat. These
my goodness,
be wilding.
My goodness.
So you got issues with other teachers? I mean, I would suppose so, because like at the end of the day, like there's still adults and some of these.
Yeah. That comes with every job. You're always going to have that one person or group of people, and you're just like,
right.
But you try to just be like, hi, good morning. Even though it's like, I know you can't stand me, but I'm going to tell you good morning anyway.
I think that's
I'm one of those people.
I'm one of those people too. Like,
I'm one of those. I'm like,
it's
like, I know you want to just push me down a flight of stairs, maybe, or have a bus run over me. But I'm still going to tell you
behind you. Like, where you at? I see you. don't walk behind me. I know you don't like me.
Yeah, exactly. But no, and I know people think it's being fake, but I'm this, kind and goofy and stuff for real. I'm not a morning person, but I try to pep the kids up in the morning because I can tell not all of them come from the best home, and we're like the people they see most of the day. But yeah, the teachers, I think relationships, that's something that could definitely be worked on. Our school district's doing, they're starting to implement that, like, hey, let's work more together, be more positive and supportive of one another. And that's something I greatly appreciate.
Well, because I think back in the day, the parents used to believe the teachers. And then there was a moment, or I don't know, recently or moments now, where like it was the parent taking up for the child. Like my child don't do that.
Yep,
My
yep,
child don't
yep,
act like
yep,
that
yep,
at home. My woo woo woo.
yep,
It's
yep.
just like this teacher not
Like,
gonna be saying all of this about your child if it ain't true.
exactly.
Like,
It's
what
just,
does the teacher have? Like, what does the teacher get out of saying that your child got a smart ass mouth?
I know who's going to go out of their way and just write this long page of, what's going on with Johnny or Susie in class. Yeah, I've heard that happening a lot. And then when I'm out in public, I hear the kids like going down and screaming and be like, give me this and I want this and da da da. And the parents just letting them go wild. So
Oh, that drives me nuts.
I'm like, come on, y'all. But, I'm staying professional and just like, hey, or whatever. And once the kids slow down, I'm like, how you guys doing? Because it's like, I feel like I'm in a tough spot. I can't say anything. I can't be like, oh, told you so. Or, and there's a time I was at a restaurant and there's this one student and it was one of those parent situations where like, well, my kid doesn't act like that. Okay, I'm out in public and your child is almost as tall as I am. I'm like 5'2", and they're like trying to climb up the walls and the pillars at the restaurant. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you want to get your child off of there?
Yes.
My child. So I have a child who's very active, and so before school actually started, they had a hour the day before where you can come and bring the school supplies.
Yep, us too.
And meet the teacher. So I did that. So that my, because he's only in first grade. So like, you know what? When you come to school, you're not like, where am I supposed to go?
Exactly.
So we did all of that. We met the teacher. And then while I told my child, well, go over there and go find your desk and put your stuff away and whatever. And I had the conversation with the teacher, like, look, let me tell you about my child. He is active. He loves to do freaking cartwheels all over the place. He will drop in a split in a second. Like he does gymnastic stuff everywhere. Like it don't matter. We in the grocery store. He cartwheel, 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 cartwheel down the whole damn aisle. And I just be like, my mom be like, oh my God, stop him. I'm like, he ain't hurting nobody.
They're like future Olympian. There you go.
As long as he don't hit nobody. Look, but I had to let the teacher know, like this, like you're gonna have to bring him back sometimes. He's a good child, but he's very active. And she was just like, you know what? Thanks for letting me know. That helps me so that when I see him getting up or acting up, he sometimes he got ants in his pants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have to give him something to do. Like he's a great helper. He's a helper. So if you want to give him something, like he'll help you, and he's great at that. But he just likes to stay busy.
Yeah, and we've done that for students before. The ones that do have ants in their pants are like, "Hey, come to the office with me. I want to show you the copy machine. Maybe you can help me." That way they can like. And while we're in the hallway, we can be like, "Okay, let's see how many times you can bounce from this square on the tile or on the floor to the next square or something." We always try to find ways to like accommodate that energy if we need to.
Oh, I had to tell her. I mean, so far we're okay. I've been waiting for that call, like, even for like, so when did you guys start school down there?
We started school last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday.
You're a week in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I was actually taking a class myself. So my actual first day was Monday, this past Monday. So, but the cool thing is the teacher that I assist, she took the time to just go over details and just let me know about each of the students' personalities and how we're going to handle certain situations. So that helped a lot too.
Well, yeah, and especially with the kind of children that you're dealing with, you kind of need to know that background. So there was this paper that the teacher sent home, and it was like, tell me about your child. And then like the last one was like, tell me a funny story about your kid. Do you understand, Lord? I turned that paper over and gave her a my niece was at the house like, is that for the teacher? I said, look, I gotta let this lady know this child is a character. Like I gave her the whole rundown about I would tell you about my children all day. Both of them. So she was there. My niece was laughing at me like, I seen that whole like 3 paragraphs you wrote about your kid. I said, I am warning this teacher. I feel like I'm helping you understand my child.
Yeah, like, and that honesty is appreciated. I like, we don't want surprises like, okay, all of a sudden for the past couple days, your child's been doing XYZ. It's like,
Mhm.
did you know about this? And sometimes they're not aware. Could be a new behavior or something. So
Ah. So how did you get into like teaching though? Like, were you always wanting to do it, or because I know you said you did a little acting too, Miss Actress over
and I'm
there.
still doing it here.
Okay,
And I love
okay.
it. I love it so much. I can't imagine myself. Okay,
There you
sorry,
go.
back to school, back to school. Um,
Hey
well,
James, you must put
originally I had
dark.
I'm sorry.
I said Mr. James put APD, so you're part of the ACPAC Dark
Yes,
crew.
I am. Yes, I am. And I'm represented by Promote Talent Agency in Chicago, even though I live
Okay.
downstate Illinois in the corn. I'm a black country bumpkin. That's what I tell people. But anyway,
Okay.
girl, I forgot what we were talking about. Wow.
That
Teacher
happened.
brain, teacher brain, teacher brain.
No, I had asked you. What the fuck did I ask you? Oh, what made you wanting to go into teaching? Like, I'm always curious because, like, there's some jobs like you wanted to be a police officer. Like, that's what you wanted to do. Like, you wanted
Hmm.
to run. Like, you want to be a fire person. Like, you wanted to run into a fucking burning building. Like, you wanted. Like, I look at some people and be like, you wanted to be a teacher and deal with all these other little babies that ain't even yours. Like, oh my lord, why?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think there were times where before I started teaching where, I would pop in if I was able to take off from the job I had at that point and go help like my daughter's class if they had like a room party or how they have the Christmas and Halloween stuff going on. Those snacks are good. But for real, I'm like, oh, you're
Look,
doing
they
cheese
sent
balls?
they sent
No? Okay.
not to cut you off, but they sent that paper home. Like, do you want to volunteer to be a room parent or like Halloween parties and Chris? I said, Kobe, Kobe, hell no. What?
I'm good. I'm good. But if you ever sign up for something, the best thing to do is just like, I will bring napkins, Dollar
I
Tree.
will send you a case of water.
There you go.
Look, you want money? You want I will, as long as I can drop it off.
Yep. And some parents do that, and that's fine. That's
I'll give you whatever you need, but as long as I ain't got to be in the classroom. Mm-mm.
But in my daughter's class or son's classes, it was just kind of neat seeing some of these kids interact and how like it was weird. I felt like a child whisperer or something. Some of them would just start coming up to me and be like, "This is my name tag, and look what I did today." That happened often. But also, I assisted with Sunday school years ago, little kids, so I kind of got used to
Doing that.
handling a lot of them. And like I said, this is a small town, so those same kids are moving into the school district and such. But saw an opportunity, and I thought, let me go for it. Because I was undecided after I graduated high school. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do.
I don't
I
think
don't know what I
nobody.
want to be.
I don't know anybody that really knows what. Like, I think you have ideas, but like
Yes.
my oldest son is thinking about like teaching of some sort, and I'm like, why? Like, why? But but he's into sports, so like he's like either coaching or like a physical education teacher or
Hmm.
something to that degree, and I'm just like, how about like sports medicine? Like, let's get a doctor in the family. Let's do this school. And it's just, and like nothing against teachers at
Hmm.
all. But I'm just saying, like, and then he was just like second grade teacher. I'm like, he must have like really liked his teacher. Like, he must have had some awesome teachers.
Yeah, I know I did.
And then I get to thinking back when I was in school, I'm like, ain't none of my teachers made me want to be a teacher. They be like, I don't want to be no teacher. Like,
Oh gosh. Well, I actually have a couple of my teachers back on Facebook, and I loved all of them. I had an English teacher in high school. Dr. Fry was awesome. Mrs. Shao, the home ec teacher, we had like the best cookies going home, and people on the bus wanted to get a cookie. I'm like, nope, my cookies. And then my kindergarten teacher,
I
Mrs.
remember,
Hyde. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I remember like very few teachers of mine. And one, like my third grade teacher, Miss Senalome, I think that was her name. Like she just, I was like her teacher's pet, so I had to do like no school. Like I like remember her.
You're like, I'm lying here again.
You know, and then I remember like my gym teacher from like my sophomore year in high school. He used to like he used to there was this black dude and he used to have this pitchfork on his arm. And so back then we was in Chicago, so I'm like, oh, so you GD folks? That's what you is? So we used to just like talk shit back and forth. He's like, this is college. This is my fraternity or something. So we used to like just go like battle back and forth, just talking crap. And so like I remember like cutting his class one day, and he literally sat there throwing rocks at my ass. And I was like, I know he shouldn't have, and I guess and he could have hit me. I was just like, but like that made me love him even more. Like like I never went to his class. He still passed me with D. So salute to that teacher.
Wow, salute.
I was able to go to driver's ed because he passed me with a D.
Oh, you're like, thank you for making me the driver I am today.
That's the only class I went to my sophomore year. Oh, thank you, teacher. I love you.
That'd be funny if you showed up at the same stoplight and be like, hey.
You know what? I'm always curious. I never remember his like full name. I'm pretty sure I can go back and look. But like I wonder like, what are you doing now? Like I don't think he's still teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him teaching because he would probably be like me, like you little motherfucking kids. Like you became a gym teacher by default. I don't think he be here. Was it either teaching or go to jail? Like he was one of those options.
Oh my goodness.
Not. He was a cool teacher though. I liked it. So let's touch a little bit on your acting career. So
yes.
So I know you came out in Finding Dawn.
Yes. Yes, I did, Maurice.
That was.
Thank you, Maurice.
Let me tell you, that was an awesome film.
It was. I mean, you could feel the emotions on set, like no matter what scene.
So I did a read, like they did the read on that. Mm-hmm. So I like even before seeing you guys do your thing on the film on the screen, like I just read it, and just by reading it, I was like, oh.
Yes.
Okay, I see where you okay, Maurice. Okay, what's the profit over here? You know, so then like actually seeing you guys on the screen doing your thing, I was at the premiere, so I was like,
oh, hey, I was there.
Right. So I was there. So I was just like, oh my God. Like I'm very proud. Very proud. That's something you should be very proud of. You guys did an amazing job on that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a different world whenever I'm acting and bringing a character to life, and I love it. I love it.
That's why you're a good teacher, because you can sit there and be like, let me get another character on.
Yes.
It was not working today, so let's insert this next character.
Yes, and I try to stay positive. Like I'd be like, why'd you dump the glue on their desk? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? You know, I'll say it like that, kind of in a joking way, like we're buddies, or why are you hitting him? Why are you hitting him? And then they'll be like, I don't know. I'm like, well, don't do it. You know? Oh my goodness.
That's what I think. I think that's one thing. Like as a parent note, that's one thing I've learned to like, you know, because sometimes they do stuff, and then you're like, why? Like, or you ask a question knowing that you're not gonna get an answer back. So like, I actually even just stopped asking those questions.
Yeah,
like,
you just.
I'm gonna get. I don't know, like, or like even coaching, like, or like with my son, like. Why'd you guys lose the game? Like, shit, they don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're right. So there's certain questions that's like, if you know what the answer is going to be, like, why even bother asking it?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? True. Like, why are you not listening to me?
Why did you think that was a good choice? Why?
So, like, if there's any advice, as you know, in being in the school system, like, what can you give to these parents?
Like you had mentioned earlier, in the morning before you drop them off, I don't care how crazy things were in the morning. I don't care how much you want to just shake your child and be like, come on, you know, because I still with a junior higher and a high schooler, I do that at times, but Always let them know how much you love them, how much you're proud of them, because you are like a walking dictionary to your child or an encyclopedia. Whatever type of mood you give off, I mean, it's natural. Don't be fake and be like, but if your kid does something wrong, punish them or correct them. But always let them know that you love them and that you're proud of them and that they can come to you for anything. Because if they don't feel like they can come to you for anything and trust you, they're going to go and find that somewhere else. And it might not be the best place.
Right. Right. I mean, so I'm gonna share this story, which is probably not on topic, off topic.
That's
So
okay. That's
so my oldest, who is now 16, I want to say this happened maybe when he was like 11 or 12. So we were at and I tried to have, like I said before, like I always try to have an open forum with my children.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's bullying, schoolwork, sex, like whatever. Oh man, I'm trying to think how, like, I know my youngest was born at the time and he's only 6. So this happened maybe like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. So we were at this McDonald's. I had picked up my little one. We went to McDonald's because they had that little plate thing inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was these other children in there that were not so nice. Like the
Mm-hmm.
other people that were in this little play area, you can tell that they were like the grandparents
Yeah.
that were taking their grandkids to the little play thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
these children were like my son's age, if not maybe a year or two older. So maybe 13, 14, and that like 8th grade, I would say 7th or 8th grade. So they got to talking and they were like, they got to like, oh, can you do some dance,
Mm-hmm.
the what do you call that little one that shit, what is the name of it? Anyways, one of these little dances that they slide their hands sideways, the floss.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept asking these older, grandparents who probably didn't even speak English, like, can you floss? Can you floss? And they're like, well, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying?
Yes,
Whatever.
I've lost my teeth.
Right? Yeah, okay, I do it. So then they got to talk. Like, I love my babies. I'm like, if one of these children get to talking to me, like, it's not going to be a good thing because I'm not in the mood. So
Yes.
one of them said something to me, and I said, you know what? How about you leave everybody else alone? Because ain't nobody want to talk to you right now.
Yeah.
Just continue to do your thing over there and let everybody else be at peace.
Yes. Let me eat my 4-piece nugget and peace.
So then they got to saying like, oh, you fat lady and all of this. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't say nothing like that to me because then I'm gonna tell you about yourself. So
Oh.
then I told her about herself really quick. So I said, I can lose this fat baby. You can lose your ugly. You feel me? And then there was this one girl who had the biggest mouth, and she sat there and licked the little dirty ass window because she was trying to be funny. Right. So then I think she had a little boyfriend there. So then I got to talking about her, like whoever is your little boyfriend, I hope he get tested because your little dirty ass and went and licked the whole thing. I can't imagine what else you gonna lick. So that was probably too far, but I did that. I went there and I did it. And so then they got to like being quiet and they went over there and sat down. But now they're in the little playpen talking. So then we leave, and my oldest son says, Mom, you know that you said I can always ask you anything. That's exactly what I did in the car. Like, oh, Jesus, what's
here it comes.
Oh, it's coming. So he said, they were talking in there, and like, what is giving head?
Oh my gosh.
I said, woo-hoo-hoo. I'm glad. Look, I was trying to make a left turn. I said, in the car, I said, what? Like, I didn't hear you. He's like, well, the kids were in there talking about like, giving head. And I'm like, oh. And I've always said, like, you got to have these conversations with your children, right? Because I don't want him getting it from one of his little bum friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him like I don't want him looking on the internet, like Google giving head.
No.
So I was like, that was like the longest, deepest breath that I ever did. I said, hold on, baby, let me make this left turn real quick.
Oh my gosh.
So I did. So that McDonald's to my house, I would say it's a good 20-minute drive, maybe. Do you understand? That was the longest 20 minutes of my life. Did I tell him? I did. And I tried to like use the most medicalist form of words that I can think of. So like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
penis, vaginas and whatever else. And I tried to like just generalize it, and then then I got on my mommy shit like, well, if any girl ever asks you for that, then don't be with her because she's just a whore.
Yeah. Don't.
Just
Yeah.
like
Hey,
the wrong, like
classy,
so
not
let's just say
trashy.
I
Classy,
won't go
not
into
trashy.
I won't go into exact details of what was said, but let's just say that it ended with my son googling up sperm under a microscope. So if y'all can imagine what that whole conversation was about that subject, oh,
Oh my
I
gosh.
think I sweated like I ain't sweat so much.
I would have been, Lord, just do the rapture right now, please. Just
I said,
I'm
look,
not
bro,
ready.
like let a car hit me. At that point, I was like, let a car hit me right now. I can use it, Jesus, please. I do not want to have this conversation with my son. But at the end of the day, I needed to have that conversation with my son because I also wanted him to feel like you can talk to me about everything. It might not be the most comfortablest thing for
Exactly.
me, or because I'm pretty sure he had no idea what he was asking. Afterwards, he was like, that was a question maybe I shouldn't have asked you. I'm like,
Yeah, he was probably like, never mind.
but you did ask me, and now I'm answering it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so I always say, like, trying to have that, like, since that day, I will say though, there's some things that maybe he's not gonna want to talk about
Hmm.
or whatever, but like, I always try to have that open thing, and I did
Exactly.
pay attention. I forgot where I heard that, where it's like, pay attention to how you speak to your children in the morning, because like, when
Mhm.
you want to go to work, when somebody was like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," in your
Yeah, yeah,
what kind of day are you gonna have? So
exactly.
I'm irritated in the morning and I come to work and stuff and I gotta do some of these clients. I'd be like pulling on their hair a little harder. So I'm like, okay, hold on, let me they, damn Jess, you alright, Jess? Are you okay? Like, ooh, I'm all over the place.
Oh, goodness sakes.
There we go. I done got too excited.
But
Ooh.
yeah, I will grab my kids and hug them because just it's sad how this world's become. We used to just have to worry about tornado drills and fire drills as kids. Now it's like intruder drills. And I'm just like, oh my
And
God.
that, so I actually had to have that conversation with my child also. And I said, look, I know when you're in school, you have protocols. You have things that they tell you to do. But guess what? If you are on the first fucking floor and you see a window, fucking leave. Like,
Mm-hmm.
out of there. I don't care what your teacher tells you.
Yeah.
If you're next to an exit, jet, get
Yeah.
out. Get out. I don't want you hiding in the bathroom. I don't want you hiding in the stairwell. I don't know. Fuck all of that shit. Get
Mm-hmm.
out of the school if you are in those realms of getting out. And it's like
Yeah.
there's not like I think I know it's different in Chicago because they do have like second floors, third floors for their schools.
Mm-hmm.
Out here, I don't know if there's a second floor. I think it's all just like one floor. So I'm just like, if you
Mm-hmm.
look at the window and you hear there's a shooter, you go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what that teacher say. You get the hell out of that class because I don't need you waiting for something to happen like they happen in Texas, like no, or everywhere.
That's,
Shit, Columbine, all of that shit, like no. And that's
mm-hmm.
unfortunate that we actually have to have those conversations with our children
Mm-hmm.
nowadays because school was supposed to be a safe place.
Yeah. I mean, churches, grocery stores now, just anywhere. It's like, man, I can't even, you know?
Yeah. Like I can't. Like I gotta control. Like I will say though, like because of all the crazy stuff that's been happening in Chicago and the suburbs and everything, like that have made me check my whole little. Like I ain't trying to cuss everybody out. I cuss you out in my head.
No, just God bless you.
Like even driving, like people getting shot just driving down the highway, like
Yep.
road rage. Like I said a
Mm-hmm.
client today talking about she flashed her lights at somebody because they didn't have their lights on, which
Mm-hmm.
before they used to be like, hey, yo, you don't got your lights on.
Yeah, I want to help you out. Yeah, yeah.
That this dude busted a U-turn and started following her and started beeping at her.
Oh my God.
I said I would have drove my ass straight to the police department, the police department, or the closest hospital where there's security around. That's what I would have did. Or I would have like hit my brakes really hard to make him crash me, and now you got to get me a new car, motherfucker.
Like, yes, I can get that new car I wanted.
That's my logic. I swear to God, like, look, y'all paying attention. Like, I be leaving my car doors open. Y'all want to steal this car? I need this car. Y'all can take this motherfucker. Don't worry.
Now I joke around with my husband. I'm like, oh, a leaf just hit my windshield. We gotta go to the dealership now. It's time.
We gotta get a new car.
Yeah.
Over. Oh my God. But thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Sharing your stories. Good luck on your school year.
Thank you. And I hope your son gets better, and good luck with coaching and
pray for
your podcast.
Thank you very much for coming on. It's not that bad. Everybody be like, oh, be careful when you get on her podcast. I am not that bad. I just use a lot of profanity. Other than that, I think we're all right.
Yeah, you're cool. You're cool. I'd visit with you again.
Thank you very much. You never know. We might cut you on the next movie.
I know, that'd be nice. Or next time you talk to me, you'd be like, oh, we saw you on one of the ones.
I've seen you on the red carpet, bitch. What? We're going to put that out there in the air. Okay. Don't worry. That Finding Dawn is still making its way through the film festivals. Don't worry.
Yes. And coming out this fall, I'm supposed to have a horror film coming out. And I'm a supporting actress on that one, and I'm working with Jessica Morris, who's been on a ton of Lifetime movies, so I'm excited for that to come out. We'll see what happens.
I won't see that movie because I don't like horror. I don't do none of that shit. I'm sorry. I'll hear about it. Y'all can tell me about it, but I do not do horror movies. I'm sorry.
You're like, I'm good.
No, I don't. I'm a chicken. I am hardcore in these streets. You feel me? I am a G in these streets. But when it comes to horror, nope, I'm out. I'm done.
I'm good.
No, Chucky, that's the last. I did that.
He's a Chucky.
Shit out of me. Like, I'm okay after Chucky and all of that shit. No, I'm all right. Freddy Krueger, Chucky, they did what they needed to do. That I don't watch scary movies.
Do you go to haunted houses or to the Halloween stores?
I celebrate Halloween, but you know that I don't get nothing gory. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. I feel you, Jess. Yes, thank you. No, I do not do haunted houses. Don't invite me to none of that shit. I went to a haunted house. Oh man, I think I was like 11. We were up in Canada. And it was one of those where they have people like jump out and like, ooh, scare you.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through, they kicked me out because like I'm from the hood. You feel me?
So how many people did you punch that were workers?
I kicked one. I said, what? I said, oh shit, I'm sorry. I said, oh my God. Another one scared me. And look, my oldest like to scare the hell out of me. And I told him like, I'll be like, look, only because I'm home, I'll be trying to chill. But one day you're going to catch these hands and then I'm not going to be responsible for you getting a black eye, child. I don't like being scared because I have reflexes. Like, I'll be right. Look, he's like, why do you do that? I'm like, because I'm about to punch you. Like, you lucky I'm home. If I was out in the dark, we would have got hands. Like, I do not play. I don't like somebody tried to like invite me to these little haunted houses. No, I'll wait for you in the car. I know.
Well,
Jay, wait, you want me to go to a haunted jail? Are you fucking crazy? No. And then they got these corn mazes.
Yes,
haunted corn mazes during the day. You think I'm gonna go there in the nighttime with people coming out and grabbing you and shit? No.
Haunted hair acts around here are fun. Just a couple of miles down from here at nighttime. Oh yes.
Nope. Look, if I want to find something scary, I'll take my ass to the west side of Chicago. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'll take my ass to the south side in the hood. No, thank you. Ew.
Oh, goodness sake.
I'll go back. If I want to find something scary, I'll go back to my baby daddy. Okay,
Oh.
I'm just playing.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. No, but thank you very much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Many blessings. God bless
Same to
you on
you.
your school year that's about to get
Take
enrolled.
off.
Take
Yes.
off. Thank you very much. You ever need anything, hit me up, call me, let me know.
All right. And good luck with football and everything. Hope your son gets better. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, y'all.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for Miss Angela Roberts here that was on this show and sharing her experiences with these children. I probably overshared today, but that's okay because I always share and got stories for days. But yeah, I look. Good luck to y'all children that are entering. And you know what? Hold on. One little to my family and to the people that are already posting shits about Halloween and I don't know how many days to Christmas. I won't say it because I know this is on Spotify, but I'm sticking out my middle finger at them. Like, no, like we still in the freaking 80-degree weather. How about y'all just chill? Just chill out for at least another like till October 1st. Or even like the last week of September. Y'all can bring that shit up. Don't like nah, like y'all fucking up my timeline. Like I want to delete y'all and shit. Like I don't want to have no more notifications from that person. Yeah, that's what I want to do to y'all. Cause I be seeing all that shit. Like don't get me wrong. Like I enjoy Halloween, I enjoy Christmas and all that other shit. When it's that time, like we're still in August, and I know it's about to be September or whatever the crap. But like just chill out. Just chill out for a little bit. Like, why y'all gotta be all like fast forward to the end of the year? Now I'm gonna be like 44 next year. Like, y'all need to chill on that shit. We don't need all of that extra festivities. Cause you know what? When I hear Halloween, when I hear Thanksgiving, and I hear Christmas, I hear cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Money just goes out the door. Cause now we gotta get Halloween costumes. Now I gotta buy all this goddamn candy. Now we gotta do all these little arts and crafts stuff. Now we get in the damn holidays. Y'all feel me? I need y'all to share some stories with me of what y'all been going on with everything with y'all's kids' school things. Let me know. Hit me up. Put it in the comments. Let me know that you guys are going through. Like, I know I'm not alone. Like, are y'all with me? Like, do y'all feel my pain? Do you understand what I'm doing? So I needed to share just really quick. I didn't want to do this at the beginning of the show because I know y'all know I overshare and I am all about it. The reason, and this is part of ties into the whole school year and like what I talked about, like pouring into your children and pouring into people. So the reason my mother is not here at the moment is because she's in Mexico. I thought I was not going to do it, but I was going to do it. My grandmother passed away last week. Actually, last Wednesday. Luckily, and then when I tell you that my family pulled through and showed out, they did, and I appreciate them for doing that. She was older. She was in her 90s. She was 94. She is in a better place right now. Because of her situation, she was just existing and not necessarily living. And but I love her to death. My heart goes out to my family in Mexico. Unfortunately, we couldn't go, but we made sure that my OG was out there, first flight out, and she had everything she needed to do so she can enjoy herself out there. But in thinking of all of that, and then because if you guys know or don't know, a lot of my clientele here at the salon is older. I have a lot of 80-year-olds. I have 90-year-olds. Shit, I even have 100-year-olds. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I have clients that are 3 years old and then so forth and so forth and so forth. But I always get, like, that comment, like, oh, my God, Jess, don't get old. And I'm like, well, I ain't got a choice. We all gonna get old. You feel me? So with that, I tell them, like, I can't prevent. I wish I had the secret serum to not get old. I'd probably stay about where I'm at right now because I'm having a great time. You feel me? But with thinking of that and them telling me like don't get old, Jess, or enjoy your life and stuff, like we can't prevent us from getting old. But what we can do is enjoy the journey to getting there. So I want to get to like when I'm 80 and I have like I got stories for days, you feel me? So can you imagine when I'm 80 what kind of stories I'm really going to have, you feel me? So like I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like in terms of like speaking into your children in the morning and making sure that they have a great day and that they come out of their household with good energy and good vibes, I feel like that's how we got to live our life. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just exist. You know what I'm saying? Like live, like do shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I like don't like okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. Like everything I complain about, which sounds like a complaint sometimes, but like I put myself in those positions, you know what I'm saying? Like having my own hair salon, I put myself in that position and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing hair. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy listening to their stories. I enjoy shit. I think they enjoy listening to my stories. You feel me? Me picking up that second job, I enjoy that shit. Like as much as I get tired from it, but I still enjoy that shit because it puts me. I just constant. I think I constantly just like listening to people's stories and their point of views on how life is or whatever. And if I can share a story that helps them, then you know what I'm saying? Like I help somebody. If it's just that one person. And hence why the podcast is here. Like if no like look, if nobody listens to this shit but one person, I'd be content. If I help just one person have a better tomorrow, I'm content. So that's just part of like the whole like death and life and all of this. Like be coaching. Like as long as these little motherfuckers get on my goddamn nerves, I chose to coach these little people. You know what I'm saying? So like I think I'm having an influence on them. I think like you know what I'm saying? Like I think they're like as long like when that little kid gets what I'm trying to teach him and he runs back to his parent with a smiling face and not crying and he's smiling like, yeah, I did it. I blocked him or whatever he did. Like that is an awesome feeling. So like some people might hear all the crap that I do and like, oh my God, Jess, you're so busy and whatever. But I feel like I'm living though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just go to work, come home, go to work, come home. Like I have things that I actually have, I look forward to. So if I can't tell you nothing else, like if you don't have something to look forward to in your life, then you need to have a seat and rethink what the fuck you're doing. You feel me? Like you need to have a goal or something to look forward to. I don't care whether it's your children, whether it's a vacation, which ladies, we need to plan something because I think I'm serious about this sipping and tripping vacation, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. I'm thinking maybe my birthday. I'm just saying it's in a few months. We gon' put something together, FYI. But that's all I'm gonna leave you with it. If y'all ain't doing shit, y'all don't got nothing looking forward to in your life, like then you need to change your plan. Because at the end of the day, like it could be gone tomorrow. It could be gone in a month from now. Like where you regret not doing whatever actually you love. Like chase something. Chase whether it's your dream, whether it's a career, whether it's school, whether it's something. There's something that you got to be chasing. You feel me? So with that, I'm out. I will see you at my next show. It is going to be September 7th. Um, that one is actually going to be for my men. We're going to have some men motivational. Yes, Melissa, you feel me? Let's go. We got to have a chit chat. We got to see what's people's vibe looking like. Everybody, y'all need to get your passport. I think it's going to be out the country. I'm just saying, maybe. I don't know. Just in case, everybody get your passport right now. Let's go as a just in case, because I don't want to hear like, oh, I don't have my passport, I can't go. Get your passport. You've been warned. But my next podcast is actually going to be September 7th. So it'll be right after the holiday. Um, I'm going to have some guests on here that we're actually going to be talking about men and motivation and inspiration and a safe place because I think like we give I mean and I'm a woman and I think a lot of men get the bad end of the spectrum sometimes. So I actually going to have some people on here that they actually have created a Facebook group, trying to, like, inspire that old school chivalry and being a gentleman, because that's not old. Like, that's not out of date. Being a gentleman and having that type of mentality is still very popular amongst us ladies, okay? So that'll be my next show. Hopefully, y'all will tune in. You have a great remainder of the school year. Enjoy this weekend and your holiday. I will hopefully see y'all September 7th. We out.